All right, we are live to talk hoops on Lowco Hoops Report Live. It's been so much fun doing these live, guys. I think this is the way to go, the way of the future. Get a little feedback and interaction as we're going, and just less editing on the back end. We can get it straight out to you. But we got guests waiting in the green room. We got more who are supposed to be popping in here in a little bit because we are down to the end of the February frenzy. We're down to the last of it. I mean, championship games galore. We got Estill in the lower state finals in 1A, the boys on Saturday up at Florence. I'll be coaching baseball in the morning in Mount Pleasant and then flying up there to catch those guys trying to make history. Then we got, of course, tomorrow night, the doubleheader that we've been lobbying so hard to get moved to the Low Country. I don't think it's going to work out. We're going to be playing in Sumter, it looks like. But Hilton Head Christian and girls going for number five in a row, one for the thumb against Shannon Forest. And then you got the boys in the showdown with Hilton Head Prep. Two meetings could not decide it during the regular season, so we get one more for all the marbles. And we'll be talking to a couple of guys from HHCA, and we're still efforting some HHP guests. So if you see this and you want to talk, hit us in the comments, hit us on text or whatever, and we'll get you the link and get you in here to talk about the Dolphins because they're on a great run too. And we had a game going on tonight, fellas. BA and Patrick Henry going at it in the 2A girls semifinals in SCISA. And BA coming out on top in a low-scoring game. I actually just got some stats from Patrick Henry's side. I haven't seen anything from Coach Chip Dinkins yet, but 41-26 the final. Terrific job defensively for BA. I mean, held Harper Rice to 7 points, Lillian Lucas with 10. So, we kind of admonish BA for their unwillingness to play defense at times this year, but it sounds like they got it done tonight for sure. So they'll be going on to the championship game, most likely against Cathedral. I haven't seen the winner on that other game, but I'm guessing Cathedral. So it's getting noisy over at Willie's house, I think, somebody's house.
That's me. Yep. Some of the boys are over here watching film, and now they're eating. So excuse the noise, guys.
No worries. Live TV, baby. But BA going to most likely take on Cathedral, I would guess, in that championship game, 2:30 Saturday at Sumter. So that's all. That's the fantastic five, I guess, who are left for us. Guys, how excited are both of you to watch your kids play for state championships tomorrow?
Robbie, you can kick us off.
Yeah, well, you know what's funny is that I'm very excited. I mean, PJ's certainly very young to be involved with such a high-end squad that sort of marched through a season that had a very high, very elite schedule, and I think because they were so battle tested, it bodes well for postseason, right? They saw what there was, they conquered. Sometimes they got, they lost as well, but overall they're very, very talented. They have very good kids. They're older. It's a junior senior squad. I mean, my kid's in 8th grade, but it's a junior senior squad. And so, they go in there confident, and everyone they've played thus far, you guys there?
Yeah, we got you. I think Will muted himself to kill that background noise.
Yeah, okay. I wasn't sure what went on there. Yeah, I just think that they're in a good situation. They're in a good headspace. They're very talented. They've seen what there is out there, and they're ready to go for 5. I'm excited by it, but it's really the game after that I think everyone wants to sink their teeth into, and why everyone lobbied so hard to get it to this area, because that's just fun on fun, right? That's what we're here for.
It's the main event night. It definitely. Yeah. I mean, it's the one we've been anticipating really since the brackets came out. Hilton Head Christian, Hilton Head Prep on opposite sides, and we were talking about which teams might be able to knock them off. Shannon Forest Christian, just losing those two high-end pieces of their lineup. The offense was kind of just lethargic. Didn't have the same confidence that we saw from them earlier in the season. That's tough. I mean, when you have to adjust and you lose your 2 best players in the postseason, that's not easy for any team to do. So I thought they played a really strong game. They got hot late, but it just wasn't enough to call back from behind. But give all the credit to Hilton Head Christian Academy's defense, because they were sensational last night at Punch Your Ticket in that towel game, and then Prep just rolling through their first 2 rounds of this tournament. Kusano a double-double in that semifinal win. Absolutely beastly performance. I got to give them the upper hand. Well, I'm sure we'll get into it a little more deeply as we get in here, but I'm expecting just a fantastic matchup, and I hope it's a classic and one we'll look back on for many years.
Yeah, I'm real excited, man. Excited for my son. I think he's played hard all year. All the boys have. I mean, how like kids to me now. I think they're revved up and they're ready to go, and I think it's going to be a fun one. I think we're going to look back at this when we meet again and do one of the final ones, and we're going to say, yeah, it was a good game. I mean, both of them have been pretty good. The last one got away from us a little bit, but for 3 quarters, it was back and forth. So, and then the first game, went into overtime. So it's going to be a good game.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to miss it because I'll be coaching baseball again Friday night up in Charleston. So I'll be trying to catch a live stream or definitely following you guys' tweets. I did the math to figure out if I could get there for the end of the game, but no, it's too far. Won't work. So I'm very jealous that I'm not going to get to see this one. What's that?
What could go wrong with SCISA TV?
I mean, nothing. It's foolproof.
Yeah. Literally
SCISA technology.
Science.
Actually, to be fair, SCISA TV has done an excellent job with their state championship broadcasts in the past from what I've seen. So no complaints there. Yeah, should be good. So I'll be catching that in the hotel lobby most likely or on my phone. But we got guys waiting for us who probably have other things to do, want to get focused in. So let's not keep them waiting too much longer. We got Dirty Harry Skinner and Isaiah Anderson from the HHCA Eagles. Fellas, welcome to the show. We appreciate you coming on. And tell me just a little bit about how hyped up you are, not only to play in a state championship game, but to do it against your rivals.
It's kind of like, it's pretty cool. Like, I kind of like, after we lost against Prep at Prep, Coach Gronk was talking to us in the locker room. He's like, we're definitely going to see them again. So, just be ready. And the time's coming. So I'm excited, nervous, all the feels.
Mm-hmm. We're very happy to be able to play them one more time for the final time this year. So I think it should be a very good game on our part.
Get in there, Wes.
Yeah, one more for all the marbles. I mean, you guys split the season series, and now you get one more chance there to knock them out and claim that state championship. So it should be just a fantastic game over in Sumter tomorrow night. Already cannot wait for this ball game, and just, man, what a great atmosphere it's going to be. And your fans have been amazing, doing a great job supporting this Hilton Head Christian Academy team. You guys pulled off a really strong win. Great defense against a very strong Shannon Forest Christian team. What did you guys do defensively to limit their ability to score last night?
Well, so the one kid, number 24. Yeah. We kind of just focused on him because we saw that one of their players was out. He was in a boot, and no one else was really doing anything. So we just kind of just played defense towards him, and he was taking most of the shots, so it just worked for our defense.
Yeah.
That would be Nolan Poladagu, is that right?
Yes,
who is committed to USCB, who I was really impressed with. I mean, like you said, that they were down a couple, their leading scorer and another all-region guy, so there was a lot on him last night. But I was impressed with his physical ability, his size and then the range too outside. I mean, he can jack it from long range. So that was good to see. I was excited to see that caliber of player that's committed to USCB. But you guys also you put up some points last night, more than you have in a while. Is Grunk letting the reins out a little bit here for the last couple games? Is he going to let you guys go a little bit?
Maybe.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
Do you guys enjoy being able to? Obviously, you guys have gotten really good in the half court, but do you like to be able to get out and push it a little bit more?
Yeah, I feel like it's an advantage for offense. Just having the athleticism on our team. So yeah.
Same thing goes with me too. Yeah.
You like it as well. Isaiah, you've had some tough challenges, and you'll have another one tomorrow going up against Sean Cusano. How excited do you get to play against a guy like that and have an opportunity to kind of show yourself?
He's one of the best players that I've played against. So it will be a really good battle out there. And
no
also, I do have a stutter, so
you're good, man.
Yeah.
You're okay.
Yeah, man, we'll bear with you. I mean,
Yeah.
I got to tell you,
easily.
I appreciate your bravery, your courage to come in and talk with us with that knowledge. And as you mentioned it, Coach Mark Clifford, who recently retired as the legendary football coach at BA, lifelong stutter and battled through it and been very successful. So
yes,
props to you, man, for sticking
man,
it out and,
yes, sir. Thank you.
coming in here with you. And hopefully you'll get a little more comfortable with this and be able to loosen up a little bit. But
I think it's more nerves than anything, man.
Well, the nerves definitely bring it out, right? And, and when you haven't done this much, it can be intimidating. When I first started doing it, I got tongue tied a little bit too. So
Harry, it's got to be a whirlwind for you coming freshman year and being a part of the squad and playing in front of those fans at home and now propelling your team to this amazing playoff run. Just take me through what's been an amazing season for you at HHCA.
Yeah, it's been amazing. Like coming into the school, I felt like very welcome. Like into the team, I felt very welcome. I've known the guys for a little bit before, but I just like from the get-go, I just like kind of like felt like we could, do great things with the team we have. So kind of just stepped up and then just had a great season with them.
Mm-hmm.
Robbie, Will, you guys got any questions?
No, I just want to thank y'all for a good year. I mean, Zay, you've had a monster year. You've had double doubles. You played your butt off on defense.
Yeah.
You've done everything the coaches asked you to. Harry, same thing. You've come in. I guess people really just didn't see you coming, and you've just taken everybody by storm. Like definitely the Low Country. I mean, to both of y'all, how does it feel? Being on this run and being there with your teammates and everything like that.
It feels like it's really cool because it's like all of we have like a great friendship like with one another. So it's like it's pretty cool to compete for a state title with your team, your buddies going against your rival school. So
yeah.
So I just want to say this: these kids right here, man, right? Harry and Isaiah, Zay, they've been rolling out with Coach Rodney for so long, and they're all the best of friends, and they've had a whole youth together, right? So like there's this chemistry that goes above and beyond getting together at Christian right now. And I think it's incredibly fun to watch them rise to the occasion and have this moment in the sun. And it's awesome because even though I run the girl side, I was privileged enough to get to watch these kids show up wherever there was an open gym, or hey, we got 30 minutes here, or hey, can I get in, coach, and use the shooting machine, or any of that. And those are these kids, right? So to those who work go the spoils, and I'm not excited to get to Sumter, but I'm excited to get to Sumter to see what amounts to a doubleheader of kids that I know really, really care. And that's great. Both sides, prep too, right? I know the Christian kids are represented here, but those are great kids, down there. They care very much. They have a wonderful culture. They go really hard. They are very tied together. They love, the spirit of this rivalry, and to get to see it play out on the biggest stage, that's greatness. And thank you guys for, making this ride so enjoyable for all of us, because, you give us big stuff to talk about going into the very last day. We can kind of talk about it other than, if the Publix were still rolling out. Go Estill.
Estill, go Gators.
Yeah,
Go Gators.
Go Gators. So that's sort of where we're at. So congratulations, Zay. Congratulations, Harry, and good luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, man. I've really enjoyed
what does it mean to
watching
be
both of you play.
You can repeat that?
Go ahead, Wes.
Yeah. What does it mean to be a part of such a historic state championship game, going against your rival for the right to be called SCISA 3 state champs?
It's pretty cool. I feel like it's exciting to have this opportunity to go against our rivals in the state championships for the trilogy. Whoever gets the last
Wins it.
laugh.
The trilogy. I like that.
Trilogy.
Yeah.
The trilogy, the rubber match.
The rubber match, indeed. No, I've enjoyed watching you guys play this season. Zay, I've enjoyed watching you develop as a player and then developing as a football player as well. How much do you feel like playing both sports has helped you just develop as an athlete and round out as in both sports, so to speak?
Well, right now, I'm kind of deciding what I want to do, or if maybe I want to play basketball in college, or maybe I want to play football. But those two sports, I feel like they really got me. They got me conditioned for this year and all the next years. So I think it's a very good benefit for me doing those two sports.
For sure.
Harry, you a multi-sport guy. You grew up playing all of them, right?
Yes, sir.
What's Pop saying?
It's my brother.
Live TV, baby.
Your brother's he's a lacrosse player,
right? Yes, sir. He graduated last year, though.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, he's done now. No,
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. Yeah. Well, Harry, so what's it like being thrown into the limelight, right? Like you're in 9th grade and you're now the point guard of the future for a program that's up and rising and doesn't look to get much weaker next year, right? So with that being said, what do you got to do, above and beyond, obviously, the state championship game tomorrow, but above and beyond that development-wise in terms of trying to get better and trying to be a better leader moving forward as you become an upperclassman?
I think, just obviously putting in work, just like every other day, every day, whenever I can get in the gym. And also to be like a leader, you have to invite other guys to come to the gym with you to where they can get better with you. And you can lead them through that, doing drills with them, helping them out.
Isaiah, you've really improved your skills, athleticism, finesse in the post. Tell me about how hard you've worked throughout, this off season, going into this year, just perfect your offensive game in the paint, close to the basket, and how important that's been for your team to rise to this level and now be competing for a state title.
Mm-hmm. So during the off season, I've been doing some weight training and just trying to get in the gym as much as I can, so that I can try to better my craft, and I have seen a lot of improvement from last year to this year.
Yeah,
I've definitely seen it. Yeah, definitely. Your skill around the basket is you're kind of a bull in the china shop at times, in the past. And
I like the fadeaway, man. I like the
Yeah,
fadeaway.
you've got some
like
skills.
Fadeaway.
My favorite's the up and under, man.
I like the up and under.
Okay.
I like
I
the
like
up
the
and
up
under
and
too. I'm a sucker.
There you go.
Kayvon Chisholm got that up and under too.
Yeah.
I love it. That head fake.
The best
stuff
two in the
gets me every
low
time.
country, I think, are Zay and Kayvon. Man. they got it.
Michael Dennison had a pretty good one too. Yeah, he had a pretty good one too.
Oh yeah, he's that guy too.
And that Cusano guy got a pretty good one
Well,
too.
he got everything, right?
He's got a whole bag.
Yeah.
Whole bag.
You know
whole
what?
bag.
You guys played
On
such
a
a
huge
phenomenal
frame.
game against Prep the first time, pulled off the win. You played tough, let it get away a little bit at the fourth quarter the second time. What do you feel like you have to do tomorrow night to come home as state champs?
I feel like we need to execute more on offense. I feel like we kind of had an off night as a team offensively against Prep the second time, but also our defense really wasn't the best. Like our one-on-one defense was not the best against them the second time.
Yeah.
I think that kind of just let it go for us. Like we'd go down, we'd score, and then they come right back at us and score. So
yeah.
And let me ask you this. The last game, there was no Micaiah. Micaiah's back. I see he's eating up some minutes, and Micaiah plays D, right? And he's also part of that fraternity of you guys who rolls around everywhere, right?
yes, sir.
Yeah, for sure. So what's it do in terms of changing the script to have a kid like that back who will just face guard if he needs to?
Yeah,
Right?
I think it's really big to have him back because he brings
absolutely.
a lot of energy to our team too. So not having him playing with us a second time kind of brought the energy level down for us. But
Yeah.
I think it's great that we have him back on the
And what I'll say about Micaiah is that a lot of he actually started point guard for us at the beginning of the year, and he kind of said he would be a better fit as coming off the bench, being a spark plug and letting Harry take over and give the reins. And I think that's a class act move.
Yeah, he's a real teammate too.
Yeah, and so he provides that spark for the team coming off the bench and everything like that. I got one more for you guys. How do you guys feel about playing with Wells and your other three, Wells, Elijah, and Q? How has it been playing with them and meshing with them? Because it takes a while for a team to mesh, and usually not as fast. But you guys have seemed to pull it all together. How were you able to do that?
I feel like it's kind of pretty cool how it all just came together so quick, and I feel like I don't know. You can repeat it.
Wells has really turned it on lately. He's been a difference maker.
And I feel like
he had a couple big ones the other night.
He did. Wells is a glue guy.
Harry, how is this? The upperclassmen's team. How have they taken you under your wing as a freshman, and who have been kind of the biggest mentors to you as you learn to play at this high school level?
I feel like it's almost all of them, because they're all older brothers to me. Just kind of growing up with them, me and Caden and Eli in the summer. It's just I feel I've got a bond with them that's very special. So I'm glad to be teammates and friends with them. So yeah,
that's the way it plays out, right? That's what it looks like.
Yeah, me and Harry hang out at the gymnastics meets together too. So.
Hey, you got to give him credit, Harry. He's the one who came up with Dirty Harry. Justin has the name. He owns the rest of the name.
I don't even know. I assume he was already called Dirty Harry before.
No, yeah, so it's
I can't claim that.
That's like a childhood thing, man.
Yeah, that's been going.
That's
been going.
Yeah, that goes back a good minute.
The legend of Dirty Harry preceded Dirty Harry at Hilton Head Christian Academy. So I had already heard about Dirty Harry. I just had a picture of a totally different kid. And then I saw him for the first time, and I was like, who's that little dude? And Rob's like, that's Dirty Harry. And I was like, oh, okay. Now I got it. And then he banged 4 threes that night. And I was like, I love Dirty Harry. He's my favorite. Me and the little guys, Anderson Jones, Arthur Singleton, Dirty Harry. I love the undersized guys. So got to root for those guys. But well, thanks so much for hopping on with this, guys. We appreciate you, and congratulations on a great run. No matter what happens tomorrow night, it's been really fun, and I think you guys are going to be back for some more shots at it down the road for sure. But it's going to be a lot of fun, guys. You're both playing at a very high level right now. That's what you really want, I think, is both of you to be at your best, and we're going to get a true test to see who the state champs are. So safe travels, best of luck, and we'll talk to you on the other side.
Thanks for having us.
Guys.
Thank you. Good luck.
See you, fellas.
See ya.
All right, guys, that was fun. It's one of my favorite things we do is just talking to the kids and exposing them to the idea of this, of being interviewed and talking to the media and formulating their thoughts on the fly and stuff like that. I think it's super valuable skill. And, again, props to Isaiah for jumping in with this and taking it head on with knowing that the stutter was going to be a hurdle for him. That was awesome. So
for sure,
definitely shows his
mentally tough kid, man.
Yeah,
man.
He's up for the challenge.
He's a leader, right? Wow.
Yeah, up for the challenge.
And impressed with Harry too. I mean, as a freshman, it's tough to come in there, and we've interviewed a lot of people throughout the years, a lot of student athletes, and it's never easy to come as a freshman, someone just coming up and be able to articulate those thoughts so clearly and be able to come up with those responses. So I'm really impressed with Harry, both his play on the court and just his maturity out there, his ability to do these interviews so well. So I'm just once again really impressed by him and his Anderson as well. What a fantastic team! I've really enjoyed watching their journey this year, and Jason Grickmeyer's done an excellent job as head coach, and now one more step to go to a state title, which I mean certainly at the start of the year I didn't think HHCA would be here, but I mean you look at who they brought in. Elijah White's had a fantastic year. Caden Turner's really taken that next step. I mean, he was solid last year, but I mean his athleticism, his scoring has just taken another notch up, and the chemistry, across that entire starting group, really found it. In mid-January, they really started to click, and things just continue to step up for them. And they certainly had their growing pains. They lost to Prep. They had a couple other losses going into the playoffs, but it's a matter of just resetting and taking one game at a time, and they've done exactly that. Now they're staying one game away from the ultimate goal.
Yeah, man. Am I the only one who saw the cameo from Eli and Caden in the background of Will's shot? I'm not sure anybody else spotted that. Will,
I definitely tried to play it off. I saw my son and Q.
That was pretty good. That's pretty good. So we've had 4/5 of the starting lineup in here now. Still trying to get somebody from Prep, and I'm trying to get my guy Roman Singleton. Roman Singleton said he was going to jump in, but he's gone radio silent. The coverage out there, and Estill's a little sketch. So he was also trying to figure out which of his guys were podcast ready. So he was going to try to get some players. So
if they can do it, anybody can do it, man.
We can absolutely. Amen to that. But in the meantime, we can get some highlights going. We can show Willie and I were there, but you guys have not seen. Or at least with us, you haven't watched the highlights from Estill and Baptist Hill. So we can check those out. Yeah, we can check those out real quick. See what we got here. Gator Country, last romp in the swamp. Oh, I got to turn off my – I ain't doing commentary on that. We talking about
that was fantastic. More of that.
Jim was hyped.
Can we go back to that one right there? Like, I don't think he gets enough credit on defense.
He definitely doesn't. He definitely doesn't. That closeout, you mean?
Yes, man. Like, and it's not just a closeout. It's underneath, changing shots. Like, rebounding, picking up the loose man. Like, it's
look
at ridiculous.
But if you want to talk about closeouts, though, watch some of these Baptist Hill closeouts later. Holy crap, they were flying out there.
Oh,
so
it was.
There's one on Darius that we gotta watch it again after we watch it because it was crazy. They traveled well, huh? Hollywood was hype. Hollywood was hype. I mean, it was a battle. None of those are fouls in this game. Xavier Garvin had 18.
It became a street fight down low.
It was a quiet 18.
Absolutely heavyweight bout.
Yeah.
Look at that. That's a nice dish by X.
Beautiful
I
passing.
like him. He's great senior leadership.
Angelo, yeah, he's a beast.
Yeah.
Oh, strong.
Tough.
Strong man.
Tough.
Big dog.
So strong. Great kid, too. And top of his class, from what I understand. He and Xavier are both right at the top of their class.
Love it.
Yeah, these guys are awesome. I thought you'd appreciate the Baptist Hill coach's fit.
He was working the refs, Rob.
Yeah,
you would have loved it.
He's got the Adidas pants pulled up above his knees, and he's got the white T-shirt. It's a
effort on the board.
Big fan. Big fan.
That.
very AAU look. Oh, came out
They have a backpack on.
He did not have the backpack
on the front of him.
It doesn't even look like he can get up that high, and he just like.
Yeah, that was a great block. I want to see it again.
Otherworldly athleticism.
It was a crazy good block. There we go.
Oh.
And then like he doesn't get in your face, doesn't get hype. He's like next play.
But Harold Gathers gave him all he
that's right.
wanted. That dude's just as big, and just as strong, just as athletic.
Yeah, man.
It was
Yeah, a lot of these guys remember from football season. Just
exactly. Look at that closeout.
Yeah,
That was sweet.
There's another one right after it too. But look at that closeout. But then Kayvon gets
Then
the
watch
ball,
Kayvon like
and
okay,
Kayvon
whatever.
scores. So it doesn't matter.
It's like it's an entry. Just an entry.
Yeah, exactly. Darius, this dude's a freshman, called up from the JV. He's only played 4 games varsity. He's averaging 12.
That's a real man call up right there.
Yeah,
hey, we're at the game. We're at the game. Me and Justin are at the game, and like the people are like, "Put him in." I'm like, "Who are they talking about?" And then I seen him play, and I was like, "Oh, okay."
Look at that closeout,
man.
That closeout is insane.
Just, how
like y'all have to. They're triple teaming Kayvon. Right? They're triple him. So
this closeout
to make that closeout is
closeout is just bananas.
That's tremendous effort. I mean, you're laying it out there in a game with everything on the line, the playoffs. I mean, that's
tough.
The basketball we want to see.
It was great basketball in a great environment. I mean, they could.
I mean, and what a special way to close it out, to write the last chapter. That's still with an incredibly hard fought win, and now chance to.
I promise you, no fewer than 20 people asked me if I got my chicken tenders either. Like they were looking out. They were making sure I got my chicken.
They were still trying to feed him. They call him Mr. Loco. That's his nickname.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, they do. Trying to feed him as we were leaving.
Where they up next?
So Scott's Branch at Florence.
Yep. Florence Center, 2:00 Saturday against
Scotts Branch.
I was looking at their roster, man. I don't think they have an answer for the big man.
It's going to be
like I was going through their roster.
I like Florence Center.
They're probably fast and quick.
It's going to be another heavyweight fight. I mean, Scotts Branch.
Look at that.
Did y'all appreciate the grown man? You've seen how physical this game was. Appreciate the freshman making this grown man drive in this physical game.
Oh.
I mean,
wow.
That's
good stuff.
Yeah, they were like,
he's
a freshman. Like, he's a
what? I do have Coach Singleton's
he has those
game
Victor Oladipo shoulders.
Yeah, he does.
Like the freshman's like long.
He's a dude, man.
Yeah.
He's pretty special.
That was a take.
We
That's
frozen?
my man Roman. Frozen? Robbie?
I'm frozen a little.
Roman Singleton. My man Roman Singleton.
Yep.
We got his post-game comments.
Have you posted his interview yet? He had a great interview.
No, but I'm pulling him up right now because we can run this now after these highlights.
I'm lagging.
It's lagging bad, yeah, because I was pulling up more video. There we go. He's tough. He's tough.
Yeah, he is. That's a great shot, though.
He's a guy. Yeah, it was. Baptist Hill's a really good team, dude. It was.
Yeah, they were good.
A battle.
They were
Taylor's pretty tough too.
Estill had to earn this one, and man, just
they absolutely did. Look at the hustle, man.
That's Darius again, man. The freshman. Having fun out there. Playing hard, having fun. Love it.
Wow.
Love it. He's a dude, man. I assume he's going to be in the mix over at Hampton next week or next year with
you would think,
Goodman.
you would think
Goodman and Devin and Crittington and Chisholm and Garvin.
They're gonna be scary, man.
It's gonna be good stuff.
That's crazy.
That was a nice finish.
Yeah,
Kayvon put good defense on it, but he still got in. This is a good one though. Kayvon ties him up.
definitely should have been a call, but
Oh yeah, 100%. But not in this. There wasn't in this
not
game.
in this game. But they called it like that both ways. To be fair, they called it like that.
They did. It was consistently very loose, very loose. They was mugging. Once they found the camera, they was about it. This is all I do is win, 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 no matter what.
I think they started smelling victory here.
Oh yeah, they definitely. That was post game, I think even. But all right, let's hear Roman Singleton post game.
I got Coach Roman Singleton here taking Estill Gators in their final season to the lower state championship on Saturday. Coach, just a battle out there tonight. Tell me a little bit about how you guys were able to get through it.
Well, we definitely had to make some defensive adjustments. We didn't realize them boys was that fast. Like, man, them boys fast. Shout out to them Baptist Hill boys because they really bring a tough program every single year to the playoffs, and it was a delight and an honor to actually play them tonight. We really had to make like major adjustments on defense, especially with our 12 game, with our 1-2-2 half court, because we weren't rotating correctly, and that was giving them the outside opportunities, especially with back doors. So we did a little bit of adjustment at halftime, made sure we stuck to our tried and true 22 press. Yeah, it worked out in the end, man. Hit free throws when they counted. That's what it was. We missed a lot of free throws, and I'm about to get on them boys about that. But boy, if it wasn't for seniors like this man right here, hey, we have a tough night, man. Hey, cool.
Yeah, man. I mean,
go to the band room. I got food. Again, hey, go to the band room. I got food.
They made it so tough on Kayvon tonight, but he was able to get his and fight through it. I mean, just talk a little bit about his toughness and resiliency.
Yes, he did. Because it's mainly because he's a tough guy, man. He's definitely a resilient individual. He's the type of guy that never backs down from a challenge. He's constantly working on trying to improve himself at least 1% every day, man. It's an honor to really coach a kid like that, because when you have someone like that anchoring your team, a lot of things are possible.
And, I think Darius has really stepped up for you guys in the playoffs. He's been a dude you can count on to get in there and get physical and get a bucket when you need one.
Oh, yeah, definitely, man. I'm so proud of the kid, especially from coming from JV, being able to mesh well with what we're doing, with the program does on varsity level, and then being able to compete with guys that's 2, 3, sometimes 4 years older than him. It's something to be proud of as a coach. And I know his dad proud somewhere out there.
What year is he?
He's a freshman.
Darius?
Yeah. Just got in the 9th grade. Yeah.
Oh,
He was in my class last year.
So you head to Florence on Saturday. Probably don't know who yet, but doesn't really matter, right? You play the game, not the opponent. What do you guys have to do on Saturday?
And on Saturday, we have to continue to believe in ourselves, continue to play with confidence, hunger, and energy, and hopefully we'll be able to bless this community with a trip to Aiken, man.
All right, Coach Roman Singleton, congratulations, man. We'll see you on Saturday.
Thanks, bro.
I told you how much I love that guy.
That's awesome.
How good is that guy?
That was fantastic.
That is
Run through a wall.
That is that guy. That is him 100% of the time. Like, he never turns it off. That's who he is all the time. And he was the first person I met on the sideline in football season, and we struck up a conversation during the game, and I felt like we were best friends by the end of the game. And like, he's just, his energy and enthusiasm and positivity is incredible, and you see it in the way those kids play on the football field and on the basketball court. And I mean, he is a leader of men, period. You agree with
energy's contagious.
Oh, absolutely, man. Like, it was my first time meeting him in person. Like, I've seen him on the show before, but yeah, he's a leader of men. All the kids, like, super much respect for him, and he doesn't get frazzled when everybody's like, do this and do that. I mean, guy knows how to coach, guy knows how to lead his kids, and guy knows how, when to pump them up, when to get on them. And that's what I saw. And then the kids just love him and respect him. And I don't know where he's going to go because they're closing down, but he needs to be at somebody's school leading these kids and teaching them how to become men, like you said.
And we talked about this in the lowdown, but as sports writers who live for the big stories, who live for these big moments that will remain in history for a long number of years. And I feel like this moment, seeing Estill and what they're doing in their final season with this level of support and just with that that contagious mentality, everyone's in it for this entire community, and they're leaving it all on the line, and they showed it in just a tremendous effort, leaving it all out there, the physicality, the aggressiveness, and the intensity that we saw on that court. They just wanted it more than Baptist Hill did, and they proved it. And just, from the top, an excellent job from the coaching staff and to these players for executing those game plans and pulling through to make memories for the entire community and for the entire Low Country. And we just hope that they can take it one step further and we can cover another high school basketball game next week.
Can I say one more thing real fast? I just think like the community of Estill, that Hampton County, man, they're special people, man, for real. And like, to even like a lot of schools and programs would have been like, this is our last year. Who cares? We'll move on to bigger and better things. But I think both in football and basketball and any other sport, they probably showed up and showed out. Great community support, great people up there.
They're going to win some state championships in track too, most likely, or be right there in the mix because they got a bunch of track athletes.
Yeah, they don't give up, man. They don't pack it in. A lot of schools and kids would have packed it in, and they're like, we're gonna go out.
There's a ton of pride in that community, and I think, and in that school, and I think you've seen that, in our Twitter mentions. We got a whole bunch of new followers who are just in the fray of the conversation all the time, and they're all like Estill grads from all over the place who are just so excited about this team this season and what they're doing to leave the legacy. So you're spot on, Well, and I tweeted about it the other day, but like I've been really moved by the the gratitude, the hospitality, and the appreciation, and everything that we've seen from all the folks in Hampton County. Wade Hampton, Estill, Patrick Henry, they've been awesome, and it's really made me feel good about our decision to add them to our coverage area this year. And it's a bonus that they're our best teams, or some of our best teams right now. It gives us something exciting to talk about. But it's been awesome. They've been fantastic, and I love the people of Hampton County.
That was an outrageous interview. Great basketball interview from top to bottom, starting with like the actual lexicon of the game. This is what they did well. This is what they didn't do well. These were the adjustments they had to make, all the way to like the inspirational elements of it and the kids walking by. Like that's
oh, my favorite part
stuff,
is right? There's food in the band room. There's food in the band room because he is not letting them boys leave without getting that food in my
favorite part is when you find out that Darius is a freshman. You're like, yes, Lord. You're like,
I was like, he's a what now? I thought this dude was a senior that was just like balling out for his last few games, like giving it a little extra juice or something. Like he looks like a grown man out there. But that was pretty good too. But oh shoot. He's sending them in now. Here comes Angela Lewis. Hey, G.
Hey,
what's up, baby? And we got Xavier Garvin. I don't know if you guys have been listening to us. We've been talking about you guys and your coach and how much we've enjoyed covering you guys this year. You're getting text now, so you're going black on your screen, I guess. But welcome in, fellas. We were just talking about Coach Singleton. We just watched his post-game interview, and the love and the excitement and the just the enthusiasm and the energy that he brings. What's it been like for you guys? And you guys have been playing for him since like up through middle school, right? So what's this ride been like with him and Coach Livingston?
Go ahead.
It's been a fun one, that we have coaches that believe in us at such a young age, work with us, help us develop, and it wasn't just like some random person, there was actually chemistry, and we actually built the family,
Nice.
AJ, how long have you guys been playing together and playing for these coaches? How far back does it go?
I've been playing with Zay for about 3 years, I think. 3. I've coached him, my coach, all my life. Well, pretty much. It's been awesome. He an energetic guy, so it makes us have so much energy on the court, on the field.
Hey guys, it was an absolute battle in that last win over Baptist Hill, and the building was absolutely going bonkers when you guys pulled off the victory. The energy was amazing. Just describe how you guys fed off that and got the job done.
Energy for me in the second half is what we feed off because we more of a second half team. So more when they bring the energy, we gonna deliver. So every time the crowd knows they gonna talk in the first half, but the second half really out. So.
Xavier, AJ, I mean, I saw you guys like in the first half when they were up on you guys, and you guys kind of calmed everybody down. Like, what do you guys do like to take that leadership to the next level, to ride the ship and just hold off? What did you guys do?
We just got wonderful chemistry. We done been here back-to-back years, playing football. Chemistry is just there. So as long as we talk to our teammates and settle them down, we good.
We got Vaughn Wall in here now too. Vaughn, you're a senior, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, so Vaughn and AJ are both seniors. Xavier, a junior, so he'll be back. But as seniors, Vaughn first, and then AJ, you can hop in. What has it meant to you? It's your senior year. It's the last year for the school. To have made it this far and still be repping the school and the Lowco out there at least one more game. What's it mean to you in your senior year?
It means a lot. Like, see, I know I left my sixth grade year, and I wanted to come back, but now I'm back. I'm happy to be with my little brothers. So I'm trying to win this state. I'm trying to win this state with my brothers, my last year before they be Hurricanes. That's about it.
That's what's up.
Just describe the hard work that you guys have went through. I mean, of course, in that last game of Baptist Hill, but all season to get to this point. I had a great football season, and just translating, that same intensity might be a different sport, but that same kind of energy over the basketball season. How kind did you carry what happened over football to go even further in basketball?
Because we really should have been farther what we did in football, and that gave us a lot of momentum heading into the basketball season because we really supposed to be playing for a state championship. So we transferred to basketball and trying to get it for basketball for our last year. And we can't do it without the juniors. They help us a lot.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah. That's a great junior class. Anybody else want to jump in on that?
Yeah, I feel like I agree with what he said. During football season, I feel like we left a lot out there, and it was a lot more that we could have done. So it just made us it just motivated us to want to work harder and handle business on the court since we couldn't do it on the field.
Yeah, what happened that night? Was it just too cold?
That definitely played a part. But
it was so cold, dude.
Yeah,
it was so cold.
Yeah, that definitely played a part. We weren't.
AJ, it did not bother AJ. AJ balled out that night. He was a wild man that night, no question. But talk to us a little bit about Kayvon and just, I mean, you talk about heart and soul of a team, and obviously it's a team effort, but the things that he allows you guys to do, like just letting a three go and knowing that even if you miss it, it's probably 2 and maybe 3 if he gets the rebound. So, and then the things he does on defense to plug the lane and block, change shots have to allow you to be a little more aggressive on defense too. But just talk a little bit about what it's like playing with him.
I think it's definitely fun playing with Kayvon. He's definitely one of the leaders of the team, and the things he provides for us on the court and even off the court, he's a great person off the court as well. A very comedic guy off the court. He's a very funny person. So
quiet, but if you get close enough, he's funny, right?
Yeah, he's a very funny person. He's definitely the most reliable, and he's the biggest piece of our team. So like, he's definitely been great. Grew up with him. We all grew up with him the entire life. Him and AJ are actually cousins, so we all just one big family, really.
Y'all are all cousins. Yeah, I mean, we've learned that there's a lot of different degrees of cousins.
So AJ, AJ and Kevon are cousins.
Okay.
So
What about like
the whole Estill? Oh,
you got it, Robbie. You got it.
Well, I was just gonna say, I have a little experience with Estill, and my thing is that the basketball culture is so strong, and I'm kind of like wondering at what age it starts, where it comes from, because it's not just the boys, it's the girls, right? Like they've always been going pretty hard and had high level players and still do. And the guys are always making a run and look great in football, and obviously the Hurricanes look great moving forward. But Estill as an area seems to have always had a lot of basketball pride. Is that something you guys like get from an early age, playing together in rec or what?
Honestly,
our football team was not very good growing up, so most of everybody wanted to focus on basketball. So I think that would hold the basketball to a high level till people really start taking football serious.
Gotcha.
Now there's a fella, Coach Terry, in the wheelchair there, who said he coached a bunch of you guys, a bunch of the girls in rec coming up. Coach Johnson.
Tracy.
Right? Tracy Johnson.
Tracy.
Yeah, sorry. Is that the rec program there? Is that where that foundation starts?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Tracy definitely helped a lot of the players on the team. Not me, because I didn't play rec basketball, because honestly, growing up, football was the only sport I was into. So
actually, me playing with Tracy, I went undefeated every season.
He was telling me, man, that he was telling me, and I could tell he was giving it to me straight. He's like, I coached all these kids, and we all went undefeated. So I knew that was the kind of the foundation. But yeah, how'd you guys all come up together? Or when did you feel like you knew that this group was going to be able to be special and maybe compete for a state championship?
My freshman year, I got pulled up to varsity and didn't get much playing time, and I didn't like that. And the coaching staff told me, your junior and senior year is y'all team year. Just wait on it. And I believed in them. As my junior year came, we went to the second round, third round. Then my senior year here, and now we in lower state. So whatever they promised me, we lived up to that.
Well, the job's not done yet. Yeah. Job's not done yet. You're heading up to the Florence Center. How hyped are you to be playing up there for a chance to get the state championship game?
Oh yeah, we lit. We fired up. My coach, if you ever see him, you know how we coming.
How do you guys prepare for defense, man? You guys are gritty on defense. You guys attack defense. You guys are ferocious on defense. What do you guys do to get to that mindset to just go out there and be dogs on the court?
We was always underrated. Football.
AJ ain't afraid to talk.
No, I love it. Let him go, man.
Vaughn wants to get in there, though.
I was talking to all three of them, man. Y'all go, man.
I know AJ just jumping in there.
Honestly, it's just the fact is, honestly, we think anytime we play someone, we're better than them. So having that mindset of thinking that you're better than someone, you don't want to disappoint yourself, because it doesn't matter who you play for. Ultimately, you're playing for yourself. Yeah, you're playing for your brothers, but you have to handle your personal. You have to win your personal battle if you want the team to be behind you. So honestly, everyone has the mindset as whoever we're matched up against, we're better than, and we're going to prove it on the court. And honestly, we think if we had played hard defensively, we're going to be able to put on a show for the fans offensively. So
that's personal accountability. Is that go into like how you guys establish roles on the team? Because you need your stoppers, you need your guys who clean the glass, you need your guys who get the 50-50 balls and all that. Everyone pretty much knows their role. It's been established and communicated from early on. Is that some of what you would attribute your success to?
Yes, we all usually, like, at some point we tried to play positionless basketball, and then we realized that everyone has their strengths and everyone has their weaknesses. And once we realized that, that's when we gelled and played off our strengths and tried to build
There you go.
as a team, you know.
What's working? It's working.
How about the job Darius has done since coming up, man? I could not believe when Coach said he was a freshman. Like, I just had it in my head, this guy's like a senior who's just like turned it on for the playoffs because he looks like a grown man and he plays like a senior. But I mean, how much of a boost has he been for you guys?
He's been a big help, you know. Defensively, he knows how to force turnovers, and once he gets to the rim, he's gonna finish. So, Darius has definitely worked hard during the offseason to become a better basketball player. So he has a very good work ethic, and it's starting to show when he got pulled up varsity.
Nice.
Vaughn, you got anything to say, man? Or you were trying to talk earlier. AJ kept getting you. You always got something to say after the game. You always find my camera after the game. Nothing over there. Is he talking and we just can't hear him?
He got his mic muted. I don't think you realize it.
Oh man, Vaughn, you're muted, bro. I don't know.
So AJ, man, in the game before this Baptist Hill game, man, you hit a lot of big shots, man. If game's on the line and it's coming down to it, who's taking the last shot on the squad?
Me.
No questions asked, huh?
No questions. Me.
Man, you hear any hesitation at all in that?
But
that's what I'm saying. That's what I was saying earlier. We all feel like that.
You mentioned that family atmosphere.
I was gonna say whoever's got it in their hands.
Whoever get it.
All gonna take the last shot.
I got you. And everybody's cool, right? Right there.
Yeah. Everybody feels confident.
You mentioned that family atmosphere. I mean, how fun has it been to play for each other and play with each other in this magical season?
Can you repeat that?
Yeah, and just talk more about the close-knit family relationship of this team and how fun it's been to play with each other and play for each other in this magical season.
We all basically hang around each other most of the time. Even during football season, you know, we always find a way to have fun in some way, shape, or form. So, we definitely built a family throughout the years, and I'm glad to know that our chemistry is starting to show, and we're definitely showing out for our last season.
Do you know anything about your next opponents who y'all playing? Or it don't matter?
Yes, sir. We know about them, but it ain't about them. It's about us.
I got you.
That's what I said to Coach.
It ain't about Scotch Burns. It's about us.
You play the game, not the opponent, right? I mean, that's what we tell our baseball kids. But yeah, I mean, so I take it that you guys feel like if you play your game, you know, you're going to state, you're going to Aiken.
Yes, sir.
I definitely feel like that with the monster that's in our paint. Any shout out to you, my son got it.
I was looking at their roster and I was like, I don't think there's nobody that can stop that man.
Y'all talking about Kayvon?
We see nobody sophomore season.
Yeah.
Baptist Hill made it as hard as they possibly could, and Gathers was really good, and they still got 14-13 or something like that. It's you cannot stop him. You can only hope to contain him. But how fortunate are you guys to not have to play against him?
They got him in practice, man.
We know how I feel to play against him. We know how I feel.
No doubt.
Live shell's the worst.
Follow him all practice, so I mean, it really don't affect him. All we do is follow him all practice.
That prepares him for the game because that's all he gets in the game too is fouled on game one, whether they call it or not.
Yeah.
That's how you convert. That's how you convert them and ones, because what we do in practice.
Hey, are y'all gonna travel well, man? Y'all have a great fan base, man. They get hype. Are they gonna come with y'all? Cheer y'all on?
Hopefully, we don't know for sure,
hopefully.
but we just know we know we're gonna do our part.
I got you.
They might not, all of them might not be in attendance, but they're definitely gonna be watching, and they're definitely gonna be supporting from wherever they are.
You got the whole community behind you. What would it mean to bring home the ship to Estill to cap off this last year's Gators?
It'll definitely mean a lot to us and the community, because you know, the Estill boys basketball history is pretty rough. So they've made it deep, but they never got a chance to get it done. And I just feel like we owe it to them and ourselves to get it done.
Yeah, I think the last one was like 86, right?
Yeah,
been a minute.
85.
Yeah, been a minute. So there's been a ton of pride, though. I mean, we've seen it on Twitter, like lots of people coming out of the woodwork. Like, I went to Estill back in the day, and I'm following y'all boys. Like, what does that mean to you guys to know, like, how many alums are watching and following along and hoping for you guys to end it on such a high note?
It really means a lot to know that we have the city that support us. We had to work for it, but I'm glad we got it.
Amen.
You guys got any offers, any recruitment news to tell us or anything?
I don't have nothing to tell you.
We're gonna have to. We're gonna have to remedy that.
Yeah, we're gonna have to remedy that. Y'all get after it, bro.
AJ, you got anything?
No.
You one of the guys interested in the JUCO route?
No, I ain't going to JUCO. I'm going to college to play football, but not JUCO.
Okay, got you.
All right.
Where are you going? You don't know where you're going yet, though?
I know, but y'all don't.
All right, then. You want to tell us? You don't want to tell us?
Not right now. After basketball season over with, I got y'all.
All right, there we go.
He got his eyes focused, man. He's ready. He's ready for that shit.
Oh, he's been laser focused these last 2 games, man. He's been locked in. But Vaughn, what are your plans after high school, man?
I'm gonna go to college.
You know where you're headed yet?
I got accepted to Denmark Tech, but I may apply for South Carolina State.
All right, very good. Glad to hear it, fellas.
I just want to go to a college. I just want to go to a college that got a basketball team. That's
very good. Well, yeah, there you go. You can go there. So, we're trying to get Coach Singleton in here in a little bit, but he's on the road right now. But we appreciate you guys jumping in, and I'm looking forward to getting up there on Saturday and seeing you one more time. It's been awesome to follow you guys this year. I've really enjoyed it on your football sidelines, and carrying over into basketball. Love the hospitality and the gratitude shown to us out there, and you guys always put on a show, and that's fun to see. So we're rooting for y'all.
Y'all made me a believer. Y'all get it.
Carrying the flag for the Lowco. I bring somebody with me about every time I come to Estill, because I got to make everybody a believer. So it's one of my favorite places to go cover a game. But y'all take care and keep take care of your business, and we'll see you on Saturday, and then hopefully next week in Aiken.
Yes, sir. Have a good one.
Yes, sir.
Go Gators.
Y'all too. Have a good one.
Go Gators.
Yep, go Gators.
Absolutely.
Really good kids there, man. I like all of them.
Yeah, awesome kids.
Yeah.
Kayvon, great kid too. I mean, all the kids I've talked with have been outstanding. But Xavier, I mean, you see the leader that he is, and just the way he speaks and the way he thinks about the game and attacks the game. He does not like to lose. And AJ too, absolutely.
I remember being at the game, and and me and you talking, I said, whoever loses their composure is going to lose this game. And you just kept seeing Zay and AJ just going over, calming everybody down, making sure everybody's just like, cool, next play, don't worry about it. So And you just started seeing Baptist Hill. They just started cracking. You know, they started getting frustrated with each other, and I think that's when they knew they had them.
That's what's cool about high school ball, right? Is like all these kids who grew up together, have known each other forever, played rec ball, know such and such on the sidelines, come through the same system, same schools, and now they get this opportunity and they like shine. It's cool, man. These are good kids. That's a great interview as well. Like, you know, I can't imagine they don't come to play. Wow. Like, what kind of energy they coming out of the gym?
And once again, like
hey man, you got to go to that game, Robbie. That's a different.
They bring it.
Like there's like fire coming to Florence,
dude. It's all gas, no brakes. Like it is.
Yeah.
They are at Coach Singleton's level of energy nonstop.
Every one of them wanted the final shot, man. Like you could put two more on the line, and they were all.
And they were cool with it though. Like they're cool. You know, like other teams will be like, no, only this guy. Like they're like, nah, you take it. It's cool. We're good.
Yeah,
we're gonna get the rebound. We're gonna put it up.
That's why we're who we are, because we all think we're better than the next guy. That's just greatness.
Yeah.
You
Great
love
answer,
that.
man.
Great coaching.
Like
too.
you can't actually coach that. I don't believe.
Right.
I believe that's like a mentality, and I'm not sure if that's, you know, in the whatever is in the water out in Estill or whatever.
Man,
but like they just have that,
man. And them chicken tenders, man. That's what it is. It's whatever.
That's what it is.
I hope so. Because I got like 9 of them in me already, so I'm hoping maybe that's what it is.
Sounds delicious right about now.
They're banging just $1 a piece. Skip the fries.
I mean, they're trying to get. They're trying to get Justin fat, man.
We'll never get to do it again, man.
I feel like they're gonna get the fry game on though, man. Now that you're loving the tenders, but you've said skip the fries. Like I feel like they're gonna escalate the fry game now.
They just weren't salting them enough, and Coach Livingston will confirm that. We commiserated over the fries not being salty enough, and we ran out of honey mustard. So they only give you 1 honey mustard per customer, so it's good honey mustard too, real good honey mustard. But no, we won't get those ever again. Estill, no more Estill basketball, which is sad. But Hampton County Hurricanes are going to be something special for sure. Still trying to get Coach Roman in here for a minute if he's able, but. He may not be able to, but guys, let's talk a little bit about. Yeah, we do. We got to give the BA girls some love too, because they got that W tonight. But we talked about the Hilton Head Christian girls game a little bit, and Rob kind of set us straight that it's like, yeah.
Did I say that? I didn't say that. I
don't think you said today, but
no, I did not say that.
I don't think we said.
I just said it's sort of like. No, it's not that. Look. So like,
look, I'll say it. I told somebody, I can't remember who. I told somebody I was watching the other game, and I was like, "This is a consolation game, man. These girls, HHCA, they're laser focused. They're ready to do this.
It's all business. All business.
I mean, look, like there's kids on that team that I think were molded to destroy SCISA basketball. I mean, like Maya Hutchinson is she
molded in Estill, by the way.
I was about to say,
molded in Estill, but like she is this thing that is the definition. I mean, how do you destroy SCISA? Maya Hutchinson, right? She's like kryptonite of SCISA. You put her out there, and there's just no time she can't just dominate by just doing stuff. She roams around. She gets the ball. She goes end to end. She outscored the semifinal opponent 25-24.
Sure did.
I mean, what are we gonna say about a kid like that? She's
everywhere. Got Coach Singleton coming
we've talked
now.
about this. Nice.
Now go ahead and finish your thought. We'll get Coach in here in just a minute.
Well, I was just going to say, like we've talked about this before, if any kid, and I guess we're just from girls' side right now, and I don't probably have an adequate comparison on the boys' side, but she's legitimately for this area historically is sort of like an Allen Iverson kid. Mm-hmm. She's so athletic. She's a water bug. She's maybe the best rebounder for her size in the country. She's affecting in every aspect all the time. And she dominates everything, but there's not many crumbs left, and that's okay. But that's going to dominate whatever anything else throws out there in 3A at SCISA. I mean, so it's not really to throw water on anyone else's parade. They're just like that.
Yeah. Yeah, they're crazy good. But let's get Coach Singleton in here. He's in the car, it looks like. But just talked with your guys, and we watched your post game comments from the other night earlier in the show. But man, I think we were all impressed with your guys. Their confidence in each other. You know, like we asked them who gets the last shot, and they all said, "I do." And they were all like, "Yep, that's cool." Like, whoever gets it is getting the last shot because they're taking it. They ain't afraid. But how much fun have these guys been to coach this year?
Oh, they have been awesome to coach, man. Like the guys really do have that mentality. Like it took a while through years of development, but they are now confident enough to say that we will play through each other, and whoever's last that is wide open, take the shot for sure. Take the shot for sure. So like it's been an honor and a pleasure. You guys can hear me, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You just give good interviews, so we just love to hear you talk. Like we're mesmerized, man.
We just let you start going, and we don't stop you.
But what's been so special about what's been so special about this group, and just I mean we talked about it earlier, but like how have these kids, all individually had that sense that I'm gonna bring my best game, but I'm going to make sure I put the team before myself, and it seems like everybody's bought into that same mentality. How as a coach, how proud are you of that sense? Like everybody's buying in for the entire team to play their best for each other.
Oh, extremely proud, and it's mainly because like. The way we developed the program was through a lot of like Jay Wright's Villanova principles of being team oriented and knowing that it's through team ball that'll help you out in any situation, no matter how good our players are, no matter how good any one of our individual players can score. Playing through each other is when normally and statistically speaking always leads to the victory. So like once we just bear down and kept preaching that philosophy over the last couple of years, it really came through this year, especially over the summer. Like I think it really, really started over the summer. We went to the Charlotte basketball camp, and it's pretty tough up there. Like we played some real deal serious teams, and a lot of the times the victories that we did manage to get, they only came from playing team ball. So through those victories of playing high level teams, I think the guys realized that unselfishness is always the way to go. It's always the way to go.
Talk about now, like, you guys were, always the underdog, underlooked, but now you guys are here, so you're not sneaking up on anybody. How are you able to make that adjustment and still get these guys to perform at the level that they're going to perform at with, this Final Four, the big lights and everything?
Like when I stop and think about it, the Estill community is like a legacy
program, right? So one of the things that we catered to and really paid a focus into was getting the older players who played in the 80s and who played in the 90s and who played in the early 2000s just to come talk to the guys about their experiences and why they felt like they got as far as they did and what caused them not to get there. And what we did was start to zero in on the commonalities. And one commonality that we did find was that when it got to big games or it got to the moment where people were no longer looking at Estill under the radar, you have to adjust your mentality from being under the radar, being an underdog, to being a top dog. So taking on that approach, you can't be the top dog without hard work. You can't be a top dog without tenacity. You can't be a top dog without true determination, true spirit, and the willingness to fight and continue fighting, even if it looks bad. From underdog to top dog, preaching that mentality of underdogs.
Coach, you're breaking up on us a little bit.
If you want to be noticed, you have to be noticed. You want to be noticed, you have to be able to get big wins.
He's giving us a great sermon right now.
Yeah, I know he's dropping some nuggets, man. I know he's dropping some nuggets.
I was even okay with.
You check Facebook currently. They're saying that
he's back.
Be an easy walk for some fans. I think that having that mentality of we can play with anybody. We are no longer somebody that you should look over. We want that now. the guys really want that now, and they want to continue that. And hopefully, we can on Saturday.
We lost you for some of that, but we got a lot of good stuff out of it. I know it was a great sermon, but we did lose some of it. But you talked about going back and talking to some of the alums.
Hold on a second.
Oh.
Let's make
You got
sure. No, somebody.
You got a bad connection, I think.
Me. That's how that ended up happening. Hold on a second. I'm trying to get my volume together.
Can you hear us?
You hear us now?
Okay.
I don't think so.
You got us?
Can you guys still hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Can you hear us?
Yep.
Okay, let me see about the speaker.
Folks, you got to bear with us. This is live.
You good now?
This is live.
Yeah, it's pretty low for some reason.
All the way live.
Can you hear us?
Not sure what's going on. I heard the speaker switch at some point, so that must have been what happened. It must have switched over on him, but we'll see if he jumps back in. But that's who I told you. That's who that dude is.
I'd run through a brick wall for that guy. He's just amazing the way he's able to get the most out of his players and just energize that group to meet the moments at the big parts of the season in the playoffs and just have the ability to take over a game and shine on the court and do it, with all the historical context of what we're seeing and just his energy, his belief in his team. It's something special. And
I love the fact that, he studies Jay Wright and Villanova and not just the plays, but the actual concepts and the way, the mentality. And he inserted that into Estill, man. That's
we got him back here. I'm telling you, he's the dude. There he is. We got you back now.
Guys. Yeah, man. Sorry about that. It was actually my mom calling.
I saw you on
TV. Put her
You're on YouTube right now. We want to talk to her too. You were talking about, just the going from the underdog to the top dog mentality. And it seems like you're there now because, when we talk to Xavier and AJ and those guys, they're like, yeah, I'm going to outperform my opponent. We're going to win. We're the better team. We know it. It doesn't matter who we're playing. It seems like they've really bought into it. So you feel like they are where they need to be mentally?
Yes, most definitely. The hard work that my guards, especially the guards, all three of my guards, Xavier, AJ, and JR, the hard work that they put over the last 2 years, guys, has really got them in a mode of confidence. They are really in a confident level right now. And like I tell them, man, you guys just got to continue to work hard, continue to grow 1% every day. Because if you grow 1% every day, if you grow 1% every single day, by the time we get to the end of the season, you'll more than likely see a 90% jump in your gameplay. But it only takes 1%. We don't have to look for immediate results now. Let your game develop over time. And I do feel confident and comfortable that at this point, after years of hard work, the guys are ready. They're ready.
That's just fantastic life advice for anything. Just take time to get better one step at a time, and you'll make it to whatever goal you're looking to achieve. But it is going to be hype. Your fans have absolutely brought it throughout this entire playoff run. And I'm expecting a fantastic turnout over at Florence Center on Saturday afternoon.
Yes, sir. Most definitely. I'm hoping for the best. I know that for sure. We want to give our best effort.
How do you just have the stone cold cojones to play a freshman in that big of a game, and him perform at that level, and just talk about how good he's been for you guys.
Oh, yeah, Darius has been low-key an X-Factor. Low-key an X-Factor. And
22 in the first round.
Facts.
Yeah, 22 in the first round, man.
I was like, man, this kid is not playing with y'all. Y'all better take him seriously. I was like, oh, my goodness. But, it really did start with his JV development, man. Seriously, he's the type of kid that he's first in the gym, last to leave. He really bought into the mentality of 1% every day. And it started with JV. I remember when he was just a 7th grader and he worked hard enough through defense. He worked really, really hard through defense to make the JV squad as a 7th grader. So 2 years through that, we started working on his offensive game, and he had some great coaches and some great AAU coaches along the way. So as I watched his development over time, I was like, wow, if he continues to work as hard as he does work, and he's going to be great. And because he's one of those kids that really loves the game, like he really loves every aspect of basketball, not just the idea about scoring and, playing defense and getting steals, not just the X's and O's, but he really has bought into the idea of this game can teach me so much about life that I can become a successful person, whether I'm playing basketball or not. And his love for the game is really what keeps him motivated to continue working. So through watching that over years, I was like, wow, I think he might be ready. Like I was watching his JV games as a ninth grader, and I'm like, towards the end of the season, he started really heating up. And I was like, no lie, I was like, I'm not sure we can allow him to play the kids his age anymore, guys, because it's starting to not be cool. like when you're a freshman, you know what I'm saying? When you're a freshman going to that territory and you're dropping 35, 40 points in a JV game, it's like, sir, excuse me, sir, I don't think you need to be playing with these kids anymore. We want to make sure that, you know what I mean? Like, we want to make sure that other kids want to continue to play basketball. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
You just can't go out there and do that to other people's kids, man. Like,
that's right. It's got to be a positive experience all the way around.
They're on JV. They're not ready for that.
Yeah, it's like, no, man, we can't. No, man, you got to come up, man. You're just gonna have to come up. You're gonna have to come up. So at the end of the season,
that's a good thing, man. Where you get to work, yeah, and right? Like, so a kid like that, he comes up and he's in 7th grade. He plays JV, and you get him in the system like that, and it's a beautiful thing. You didn't have to rush him, and then he was ready, and then he shines when you guys give him, run in big games. I mean, that has to be a huge boost to you guys down the stretch. What do you think going into Saturday is the biggest key in this particular matchup? Is it just coming out with that much energy, or is it execution on offense? Is it getting big games from your best players, or all the above?
Honestly, no lie, I'm such a Jay Wright fan. It's sad. I'm gonna tell you, to me, controlling the boards,
okay,
and playing outstanding defense, making sure that our rotations are in sync, and making sure that every rebound opportunity is a Gator rebound opportunity. Because as we know by statistics, the more rebounds you get, the more opportunities you have to score. The more opportunities you have to score, better chance you have a win in the game. So rebounding and defensive rotations for me is key. Like, I feel like if we lock in on those two ideas and we're able to control the boards, everything that the guys love to do offensively, it'll come about in the game. But it starts with asserting domination on the boards. We are going to get rebounds.
So that's Jay, right?
That's
Larry Brown right there, guys.
To be fair, though, Coach
language.
Singleton, you got a cheat code on the rebounds right there. You got a cheat code down low.
You're not lying. You're not lying. I was telling the guys today. I was telling the guys today, but we're up against a great challenge, because these guys, if you look at the max prep stats, they do get a lot of rebounds themselves. So I told the guys, hey guys, being able to assert yourself fundamentally through boxing out is going to be the key. And so that was just something we were working on today, just being able to hone into fundamentals while playing defense, not just watching the ball as it goes towards the rim, but positioning yourself to get into a good rebounding position, moving your opponent out of the sphere of the circle for soft bounces, making sure you seal them off for long bounces so you can chase them. So, like, just getting back to those fundamentals, I told the guys, I was like, I feel like this is really going to be a key, because you're playing a team that they can rebound. They might not be as tall as y'all, but they can rebound now, and they get a lot of rebounds, and they're really good with running the floor in transition after a rebound. So, and that's really why I say that the key for us would be to control the boards. If we can control the boards, that'll limit their ability to get into transition. But there's no lie. There's a 3-time defending champion. And I've watched every one of those championship games, and if you can't keep up with them in transition, you're going to have a problem.
Right.
You guys do a pretty good job of that, but you did have some battles with it against Baptist Hill in the first half, particularly. They're getting out and running on you a little bit. So you just go back to Yeah, well, and Gathers was just as big, as strong, and athletic as Kayvon. Like that was a battle, man. They made him work for everything. But you feel like you have that squared away now as far as getting back on D and being able to limit those runouts and transition opportunities?
Yes, sir. They did really well on defense because normally we run a drill where it's about where you're on defense, but you're going against like 7 guys. So it's like being able to control the rebound with 2 or 3 guys bearing down on you. That's important. And both Kayvon and JT did a great job of grabbing boards today under that type of circumstantial pressure. So I feel like their confidence in the ability to box out and get space, seal correctly for long balls, I think that got boosted today as well. So hopefully we get some good stuff out of Saturday, man.
You mentioned the importance of defense. What's going to be the key to really establish things on that end of the court on Saturday and just play that brand of hard-nosed contesting passes, contesting shots, being able to get some stops and maybe get some buckets transition as a result from good defense?
Super facts. So that's definitely going to be key because, like I said, without those things, the less rebounding you can get, the less rebounds you have, the less opportunities you have. And in this game, second chance baskets are extremely important on offense. Second and third chance baskets are extremely important. On defense, one and done rebounds are extremely important. Yeah. So like honing in on those things will help us defensively as well as helping us out offensively.
Absolutely.
Coach, going back to football season and going through basketball season now, we've talked a good bit, and I've talked to the kids a lot and really seen the pride, the pride come through. They're really proud of being like the ones to carry the flag, for Estill High School, the last go round. And I think they're a little bit let down by, how football ended and seem really motivated to go out on a high note here. But, just talk a little bit about how they've embraced that role as being the kind of the last legacy for Estill.
I'm not even gonna lie. That's one of the number one things I'm proud of. Because, sometimes we as adults put inadvertent pressure on kids, right? So like when you're going through this last round phase, a lot of pressure has been placed on the guys. Like, you got to do it because this school won't be open anymore, and you guys are going to be the last guys to wear the Fighting Gator uniform. And no lie, I felt like the pressure on them, they weren't really able to overcome it during football. And that, I believe, honestly, that disappointment did fuel them during basketball because, like, the thing was, as soon as we ended up losing in football, they were like, well, you guys still got a chance because it's the same team that plays basketball. So the guys were like, we really might have a chance. And I was like, guys, you'll always have a chance. I was like, you'll always have a chance if you work hard. I was like, you always have a chance. I was like, that's the number one thing. Even if people doubt you, even if people call you an underdog, even if people ignore you, you will always have a chance if you work hard. Because if you work hard, the opportunities come to you. I told them one day, we were talking about it, and I was like, one of my favorite quotes in life came from Thomas Jefferson, where he's like, for some strange reason, it seems like the harder I work, the luckier I get. Yep. And I was like, that's something I beat into the guys as well. Like, hey man, I'm telling you, if you work hard, good things will happen. Good things always happen to the people who work the hardest.
I agree.
One of my favorite songs, American Aquarium. The harder you work, the luckier you get.
Thanks. And I feel like they really embraced that idea, and just by working hard, they've been able to achieve so much. And now they're at a point where they're like, hey, can we finish this? I think we can, guys. Let's try and do it. And
they seem awfully confident.
That's the number one thing I'm proud of.
Well, you talked a lot about rebounding and defensively. Is there a particular guy that you have to stop, or is it just the whole team? Do they just come at you? I'm talking about Scott's Branch.
Oh yeah, Scott's Branch team is awesome, man. Like Coach Miller is a great coach, so he has an outstanding program out there. His key player, RJ Gibson, is a pure athlete. Like, he is a pure up and down, go both ways, finish with both hands, can shoot the ball well from mid-range type of kid. but he can't just be the focus. My philosophy, honestly, is like, once we understand who your key player is, we're going to play basketball against him. But one man doesn't beat a team. The team beats a team, you know? So it's like, you've got to figure out how to slow down or stop everyone.
Yeah.
Now, we can focus on who the key player is, but if you don't stop everybody, you're still likely to get beat, because what if their key or star player has an off night and 2 or 3 other guys step up?
Yep.
Yeah.
Then you're in a situation where, because you game planned on one person, you haven't really considered anyone else. So, like, we always approach our game plans with thinking of the whole team in general. Like, we respect that entire team, and we want to put our best effort out against that entire team. From the number 10, from the Kind brothers, it's like number 10 and number 4, the Kind brothers, they're really good. And one's a point guard, one's a forward. They're fast. They have pretty decent shots. They make their layups. RJ is a great piece to that team because he's the anchor and the captain. And then they have a big number 1. I keep forgetting the kid's name, but he's actually really good. And he brings a lot of good energy to their team. So
Callaway.
I told the guys, we can't.
Callaway, that's the kid, number 1.
Say again?
Callaway, is that his name? Ernie Callaway? That's the guy you're referring to?
Oh, I'm sorry.
It might be. It might be big. He can go ahead.
Oh, he freezing up again. You frozen up, bro.
I think I'm back now.
Oh, you back now? All right. No, he was saying Callaway was the big man.
Ah, yes, that's his name. Oh, man. Listen, that kid's energetic. He's athletic. And we're definitely got to put a body on him.
Coach, it's got to be a bittersweet feeling playing that last game in Estill, be able to feed off of that amazing energy from the crowd. Just describe that moment and just describe how much this run means to the community at large in Hampton County.
Oh, man, we were super surprised at how, no lie, guys, we were really surprised. Like, we normally have big crowds, but that crowd was the biggest crowd in attendance that we ever had. So it was like, wow, everyone in the community is out here to see what we can do, man. Like, guys, we can't show. We was like, guys, we can't fall down now. Oh my goodness. So it was totally an honor to play and put on a show for all of those people, man. Like I said, I was glad we came out with the victory and able to take on the great Miller and Scotch Branch team.
Absolutely, and I'm convinced you don't sleep, man. You've been scouting scouts. You've scouted Scotch Branch so much. When are you sleeping? But you taking it bull by the horns out there.
Hey,
I don't know how you have all that energy.
I'm still trying to figure it out too, but that just comes from my respect for Coach Miller, like for Coach Miller and his boys and what he's done with his program. It's like, man, you might not be able to sleep this week. You can't afford it. You've got to study everything you can find about these guys, because they are a really good team. They're worth respect. They're worthy of respect and admiration, and we're just trying to do something that hasn't been done in a long time in this community. I believe the last time we even got to the state championship and won it was in like 1985, 86 teams, the 1986 team.
Wow.
So,
that is correct. Yeah, 85, 86 beat Louisville. Joe Sumter, the coach.
It was a good year.
Back. So exactly. So it's an honor and a privilege to be able to take on the challenge that tradition and legacy has left us.
Sorry.
Were you even born in 86, Coach? Were you even born in 86?
Nope, I was born in 88. No, sir, I was born in 88. I was like, man,
there we go.
Born yet, man.
Man, that's crazy. I was very born by 86. So, Rob, you were even more born. You were even more born than I was.
Me too.
I was already long out of the cuckoo's nest almost. Yeah.
There it is.
Well, Coach,
you got to jump off the porch.
There it was. Yeah. It's been a minute.
Coach, we appreciate you, man, and it's been such a pleasure getting to know you this year and following your teams and seeing you coach and seeing the inspiration that you are to these young men. And I'm really proud of y'all and hope you can keep it going. Hope we can go to Aiken and see you play for a state championship next
Absolutely.
week.
Absolutely.
You got to get back on that film. You got to get back to film study.
Oh yeah, no lie, I'm about to go watch film right now.
We can't hear you, Coach.
You might as well.
Right on. Well, I'm about to go get I'm gonna go get kids to bed. So let's wrap this thing up, bring it in for a landing. We'll let you go, Coach, and we'll see you on Saturday, buddy.
Good job, man. Appreciate you guys, man, so much. Thank you guys. It's an honor and a privilege. It's an honor and a privilege.
Thank you. Best of luck on Saturday.
My honor, right? I love that.
Yeah, that guy's the absolute best.
Where do I sign up to play, man? Where do I sign up to play?
I don't know,
so
man.
like he's a whole. I
What's
love
that?
stuff like that. Are you kidding? I love
he's
stuff
the
like
best.
that. Are you kidding? He's literally so good at this. Oh my gosh! I mean, what a wonderful.
And it's genuine. It's not fake or nothing like contrived.
Like
it's
persona.
Yeah, man, that's
real.
him.
It's real.
And
real.
he's like thirsty for knowledge, and he's a leader, and he's a mentor, and like go Estill on Saturday.
Dude, I
Let's
saw
I don't
it
like I
from
said. I don't know where
minute one on the sidelines.
Where he's going
one.
next year, but he needs to be at somebody's. He needs to be somewhere somebody's program.
You mean
hopefully, hopefully he stays
the main
with
dude.
the Hampton County Hurricanes, but he needs to be like that guy is too good to be not on the sideline.
Preaching to the choir,
Oh
brother.
my gosh.
Well, congratulations to the Buford Academy girls who did win 41-26 over Patrick Henry tonight, as we said earlier. But that's their fourth win over Patrick Henry this season, which that's some good little basketball team that Coach Belinda had. So that's really a testament to them. They did play great defense tonight, which is encouraging. And I think Cathedral was kind of thought to be the favorite all season long, but don't count out the BA girls, man. They're tough. They've got an edge to them, and they had to play that first playoff game without Talia, and you saw Kamira step up and put up 20, and I think that could be a good thing that she's got some confidence.
Nice little bookend, nice bookend opportunity because they won a state title back in 2020. Now 3 years later, she had a chance to win another one. That would be kind of
That's
cool.
True. Yeah, sure
absolutely.
did. And that was a fun one. That was a fun day. That was BA Hilton Head Christian back to back. That was awesome.
That was the best high school basketball game I remember seeing. Is that Hilton Head Christian Academy, Spartanburg Christian? Man, I'd love to see seeing Hilton Head Christian Academy get the state championships, but love to see them play. I'd like to see them play good team.
Hampton Woodland this year was the best one I've seen.
To get to the championship, you got to be a good team, but man, it's going to be. I expect those Hilton Head Christian girls to blow it out of the water. I mean, just embarrassment of riches. Who knows? I mean, like I said in the lowdown, once again, I mean, if you're playing them, you're playing with house money, you got nothing to lose. You're playing against a team that's going for their fifth title in a row. But I just think the high-end talent, the chemistry, just the confidence that these girls have, it's going to be absolutely all HHCA, and they're going to cut down the nets again.
Yeah, I cannot disagree with that. Or as Alec Murdoch would say, I would not dispute that. I would not dispute that.
No, it's. I think it's a foregone. I mean, something drastic would have to happen, but at the end of the day, they just have a lot of talent for that particular. Now, don't get me wrong. If SCISA was set up into like 2 classifications as opposed to 4, right? Yeah. And they were
that Heathwood HHCA game would be pretty good.
Yeah, that the Heathwood HHCA game would be good. And then a team, so like we talk about, and I love Christian and the girls, but we talk about them on like this legendary sort of stature in this area. And I think that's true to a certain degree. 4th and Max Prepson going to roll with their 5th state title. But if you look at SCISA last year alone, so the kid who just got the Jordan brand, the first girl in high school to get the Jordan brand NIL deal. I don't know if you heard about that. Kiyomi McMiller, she was at Trinity last year. She was in SCISA, right? So then also you have like Ashlyn Watkins in SCISA, and also so all these kids over the last couple of years those are teams that easily compete with this Christian team.
Oh yeah.
So it's not like some crazy legendary team, but it's definitely damn good for the area, and they're going to roll tomorrow.
Right. Yeah,
it's the best HHCA. I mean, I think it's up there with the best ones we've seen.
I think people
absolutely
get that private school stigmatism on them, but there is good basketball in SCISA. Like, don't get me wrong, there's some really good basketball.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, well, Trinity on the girls' side last year, like I mean, even First Baptist, I mean, they had 3 D1 kids. They had a kid go to App State. They had a kid who's I think at Furman or maybe it's Winthrop, one of the two. And then another kid who actually went D2, who's at North Greenville. So I mean, that's 3 or 4 kids who are playing at the next level that were just off First Baptist, who got their bell rung by Cardinal Newman last year.
Yeah,
right.
Cardinal Newman was ridiculous last year.
Yeah, and Cardinal Newman was all the kids that are now on Heathwood.
Right.
Except for the one who now is with Tanaja Kennedy, who's up there at Keenan, who is playing second fiddle to Malaysia Fawili. Right. So at the end of the day, like, you know, SCISA has its up and its down years. This year, Christian's exceptionally good, and 3A is just not there with them.
Right. And that's kind of how it's been for the last few years. I mean, that Spartanburg Christian team gave them all they wanted, but for the most part, it's kind of just been that they're just the class of their classification. It's almost like they're playing out of classification.
And it would be nice if you could like opt up, maybe
opt up,
something of that nature.
That would be great.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
You know, because competitive imbalance isn't really, I think, anything anyone's all about at this level.
Yeah.
So, you know, to have a state championship game that's a foregone conclusion, or really even like take it, you know, we joke, but a state semifinal game that starts off 29-2 is
right.
You can't fake that.
Rough.
You're like putting lipstick on a pig there, right? Like, it's
and that was always the double-edged sword of the SCISA realignment into 4 classifications. Anyway, was, you know, if you're trying to fix this for football, it's going to create other issues. It's going to fix some problems and create new ones. Just because you can't. There's no one size fits all. It doesn't work. So.
No, and
it is what it is.
Enough
I think
SCISA that they support the two. They support like the two. I mean, at least a couple of them that I've talked to, like, sort of support the two bracket notion. I don't know if it'd be A and B or, you know, gold and blue.
I think
whatever
they should all be. SCISA should have their state champions, and then all the state champions play against each other with some at-larges or something like that. I think that could help in basketball.
That'd be fun.
Sure.
Well, you know. I mean, that'd be fun. Maybe get rid of region tournaments, because I always feel like they devalue the regular season anyway, and add in a postseason thing of that nature. Because I mean, you're sitting down here. Speaking of SCISA and 3A, you have 3 teams in it. They can't do a region tournament, so they sat around for a week waiting for these teams to like beat each other up, and they'd already played each other twice, and then they're going to do a tournament. And then one of the kids for Shannon Forrest kind of made, because he was in the region tournament, like broke his foot or whatever.
Yep.
So now you're in a situation. Yeah. So like, why? Doesn't make sense.
Didn't make sense at all.
Yeah. So you might as well have like a big time SCISA thing at the end of the year, because I'll tell you what, you get through this thing and you say, okay, all the marbles, Hilton Head Christian versus Heathwood Hall. Now that's a good girls basketball game people can sink their teeth into.
Yeah, that'd be good. Yeah, you know,
absolutely. All right, fellas. Well, we almost did it for 2 hours, so I think we can wrap this one up. Unfortunately, we couldn't get anybody from Hilton Head Prep on here. We did effort. We made many efforts. Sean Cusano had homework to do. We will not begrudge him that. Academics have to come
absolutely.
First.
Yep.
Kane was refereeing. Kane was refereeing at Island Rec. Yeah, he's a referee at Island Rec for the.
That's pretty cool, actually.
He was
real quick.
To 8. Making bad calls, I'm sure.
Just some quick picks predictions for Hilton Head Prep Christian Academy. Want to hear your thoughts.
I'll go.
Well.
Yeah.
Who's gonna kick us off? I know who Willie's picking.
You know who I got.
I got BA girls, because I'm going Homer style. I'd like to see them break through and let's kind of sweep a couple of brackets there. I got Christian girls. and I got prep boys.
I've got both Christian schools, the girls and boys.
I got Estill in as many games as they're allowed to play.
And I got Estill for sure. And I've got and I don't think BA is gonna pull it out.
I think BA girls. I
think they run into a wall.
I think Cathedral. I think they're a solid team. I think they pulled out in a close game, but I think Hilton Christian girls think they cruise, and then I expect a closer game in this rubber match. But I think the strength and just the overall play, all around play of Sean Cusano is going to put Hilton and Prep over the top, and what should be a fantastic third battle between the Eagles and Dolphins.
All right, I got. I think Cathedral knocks off BA. Close. I think it's going to be close. I'm not saying BA can't win that game, but I think Cathedral's a better team. I got HHCA girls big, and I think I got Hilton and Prep. I think they figured something out. I think you guys exposed some things, and they went back to work, and they tightened some stuff up. And they've been a machine lately. Now, I will say, y'all played really good defense last night, and if you bring that defensive intensity, it's going to be a fight to the finish. I think it's going to be a terrific game. I give Prep a little bit of edge
back.
Again.
Yeah,
Cusano is the best player on the floor. I mean that's what it comes down to for me. I think he's gonna carry him.
I think it's going to be a battle, but I think getting Micaiah back, having extra help on ball defense with Eli. I think we're gonna win it out, and I think Q and Cusano are gonna cancel each other out. They're gonna get about just as many points and rebounds.
How about Q with 20 boards last night?
Ridiculous, man. Like he was.
I was watching. I was like scrubbing the stream to pull some highlights, and I was just like, man, Q is getting a ton of rebounds. And then I looked and he had 20.
Like a ton.
That's crazy.
And I think I haven't said anything all year, but I think Eli is going to be the X factor, and I think that's why we win, man. I think
it's going to take a big charge.
It's not going to be easy, but I gotta give a shout out to my son, man. He's a good player, and
he's a very good player.
I try to keep it light.
He's very, very good.
He's a very good player. He's an unselfish player. He could definitely score a lot more points per game than he does. He makes the extra pass. He's the smart player. He's a terrific defender. And I mean, he takes a ton of charges, and just a confident physical player. I mean,
he had two last night. He had two last night.
They called one on him that was not a charge too.
Yeah, and they called one that wasn't a charge. I was like,
it was not. No, it was not.
No,
if they were a little more up tempo, he's their most dominant kid. I mean,
yeah.
Eli's a baller, right? Like everyone knows it on the team. When we did that first interview early in the year, they gave him the shot.
Yeah.
Right? Eli's taking the shot. Like Eli's that kid. The one thing I worry about with Christian in this matchup is we won't even get into the whole pace discussion because neither of these teams play fast. But Cusano, by virtue of his size, creates the only easy buckets in the game. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So
you're right.
Someone drives the paint, he gets the backside rebounds, and he gets the layup.
You can't.
So that's we're all you. Yeah, you just can't coach that, and that's the problem. Is that those are the easy buckets. So somehow or another, for Christian to win this game, whether it's transition or whether it's some other way, they've got to find a way to generate something easy, not have to work for everything endlessly.
Right.
And and if they do that, then they have a really good shot.
Yep, I think that's a good assessment. So
great assessment.
Let's leave it on that, fellas. The Fantastic Five are still going, and we'll be done with this very soon. Hopefully not too soon, because hopefully
Estill has another week, right?
Next week.
Yeah.
Hopefully Estill keeps us going into next week, but they'll be the only ones left after Saturday. So it's coming down to it, fellas. It's been fun, and looking forward to these last few days. All right, that's going to do it for tonight. Appreciate everyone who tuned in, and if you didn't, you'll have to watch it later. So it was a good time. Thanks to Isaiah Anderson and Harry Skinner coming on, as well as all the fellas from Estill, Xavier Garvin, AJ Lewis, Vaughn. Why am I losing Von Wall? I was thinking of Von Miller for a second.
Yeah,
Von Miller, Von Wall, and Coach Roman Singleton. But I always freeze up in these moments. But it was a lot of fun, and we enjoyed it. And looking forward to some great basketball over the next 2 days. Go Lowco.